Welcome back to T-Minus today. This is going to be the first ride on our Camp Scrambler. We just barely charged it all the way to full. We completely swapped out the drivetrain. We went from 750 watts to 5,000 watts. So this is the very first ride with it fully charged. So a couple of things before we get started. We have 5 assist levels, 1 through 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is a 72 volt system. So 84 volts is maximum voltage. Low voltage is going to be essentially 60 volts. We also have a cutoff at 65 volts, which limits us to 30 amps. I'll put the controller settings for the Sabaton controller up here so you can see my settings. So I have 240 amps maximum phase amps, 100 amps on half throttle. So the throttle's pretty forgiving for the first half, and then it really ramps up the second half. Assist 1 maximum speed, I think, is 10 miles per hour. You can see on the wattage, I'm not sure if you can see that display, but we're sitting at 0 watts right now. This is equipped with 2 types of regenerative braking. So it has regen braking. Just if I decelerate, it'll actually regen. See, it's sitting at 83 watts. We're not going very fast, but if it has this regen where if I'm going a certain speed, it's actually pulling 250 watts, 167 watts right now. If I dump the throttle and decelerate, it's actually going to do reverse. It's going to reverse charge. So it's going to charge up. It's going to do 30 amps of charging as I'm moving forward. So it's actually going to take my forward momentum and just charge the bike. There's a second type of regenerative braking I have. If I pull the lever, there's going to be a light that pops up right there, and it's going to increase my regen braking to 75 amps phase amps. And that's going to give me some regen as well. So level 1, pretty docile, nothing's going on. That's fine, super chill. Chill mode is always very good. Assist level 2, my wattage goes from, we just hit 3,500 watts, and it goes 20 miles an hour. That seems so fast, so fast. And I'm not touching the brakes, so I just slow down. It's like a motorcycle. It almost feels like there's engine compression. Let's try assist level 3. This is a pretty flat road. Let's just go back this direction and just go. 1, 2, 3, go. 7,600 watts. Oh my gosh, 30 miles an hour. It's insanely fast. Wow. That's amazing. It's really crazy. I've never actually tried to go really fast on the higher assist modes. Again, this is really the first time I'm on my bike, and so far it is feeling absolutely incredible with a full charge. Let's try this again. Let's go mode 4. See what we can do. So I kind of want to try like a 0 to 30 because I tried a 0 to 30 on a Sting R, and the 0 to 30 took about 4.9 seconds or something. It took a long time to get there. So I'm going to try it again. Just really roll off the start. I'm not doing a hard start. I'm just going to roll onto it and see where it goes. 1,000, 2, 3, 4, 1,005. So a little slower, I think, than the Talaria. I'll have to check that. Oh man, but it is gutsy. 4,000, 5,000, 7,700. Wow. I'm pulling 7,700 watts. That's crazy. So I'm going to go down this hill. This is a 15, grade 15 hill. So I'm not braking at all. Nothing on the brakes. I'm going around 16, 15. I'm actually slowing down, but see, I'm regenning 330 watts right now just from my regen, my passive regen that I have when I decelerate. So you can't be on the throttle. You have to let off the throttle for the regen to kick in. And then if I hit the brakes, I'll get quite a bit more regen. That's all with the rear wheel. So I do this test with normal e-bikes when I'm doing a review. This is just a first ride. We're not doing a full review on this. I don't know if it would actually make sense to do a review since it's fully custom. But I normally start here, ride this line, and then I ride up to the top of the hill and see how fast I go. I think I went about 11 miles an hour previously on this bike before I configured it. So let's try again. And I'm not going to push it super hard. We're just going to go. It just feels like I have gobs of power. It's pulling. It's pulling. It's pulling. I need to let off the throttle. It pulls too hard for this turn. I'm only in mode 4. Oh gosh. So there's a setting also called flux weakening enable. I disabled flux weakening. Flux weakening essentially increases your speed by about 10 to 15%. I don't need that 10 to 15%. 50 miles an hour on an e-bike is plenty fast. I do not need to go faster than that at all. I was going to put a chain on this. A chain will help me just be a little bit more stealthy. I'll just be able to go anywhere I want with this, even though this is kind of a beast of an e-bike. And it's much quieter than a Talaria or a Sur-Ron because I don't have the chain at all. All right, let's do this. Let's max out the speed. Woo, woo. 7,500 watts, 77. That's max throttle, 50 miles an hour, 50.2. All right, well, it just limits the throttle based on the speed. If I enabled flux weakening, I'd be able to go faster. 50's plenty fast. I don't want to go faster than 50. And that's awesome. So this is a 20-25% grade on a hill. I can just cruise up it. This is like a motorcycle. It's insane. Wow. Okay. Whew. All right, turn this back down to 2 or something. All right, well, thank you for coming on my first look at this bike. This bike is absolutely incredible. If you're on the fence about getting an aftermarket controller on an e-bike, it's totally worth it. The thing that makes it worth it to me 100% is the regen braking. I don't know why more people aren't talking about regen braking, but being able to have brakes that just slow you down just when you decelerate like this is insane. Or if I want even more, I just touch the brakes and that's all regen. I haven't actually touched my brakes at all. That's gonna save your brakes like crazy. I burn through brakes every 6 to 9 months on an e-bike that weighs 75 to 80 pounds. This one's 105 pounds. You know how much brake I'd have to go through to slow this thing down on a normal, with just normal brakes? It would be insane. I'd be burning through brakes every 6 months at least. It would be incredible. But because I've got regenerative braking, I can not go through any brakes. I don't even need brakes on this thing. Okay, brakes, mechanical brakes are important. Don't not have mechanical brakes. But I have this disconnect, like it actually shows on the display when I press the brake, bink, and you can see it right there. Not sure if you can see that, but it's showing me when I'm actually pressing the brake and when I'm not. And it'll give me more regen braking when I depress the brake. It over doubles the regen. So this is just basic regen. I'm actually slowing down on a nice 8%, 9% grade. And I'm regaining 243 watts while I'm doing that. Let's speed up a little bit so we can show the regen one more time. Here's the regen. All right, here's my regen. 600 regen, 500 regen, 400 regen. If I hit the brake, 600 regen, 400. It's insane. I can regen so much battery so fast. We've already gone 5 miles. Wow. Anyway, I'm impressed with this bike. It feels amazing. It's light. It's flickable. I was a little worried about the motorcycle tires when I had the 750 watt motor on it because it felt like it was really slow. It felt like I didn't have the speed. My max speed up hills was like 16 miles an hour. I couldn't cruise on it. I couldn't go fast. With this upgraded motor and controller and battery, it's amazing. I wish I had street tires on this because I'm probably not going to be taking it off-road anymore. And street tires would make this just a little bit quieter. It's already so stealthy. You can't even hear it. It's very, very, very quiet. You get a little coil whine. You get a little tire whine. But other than that, it's actually just so very nice. So I've been really enjoying it. And oh man, I'm just excited to go for a ride and take you guys with me. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.